In today's video, I'm gonna go over how you can find out where big investment companies are investing their money. I'm gonna go over how to check where they're buying, which companies they're buying, which company they're holding, which companies they're selling. If you're really interested on knowing where these big investment companies are going, especially now with the stock market uh, going all over the place, no stability, and you want to know, you might want to mimic the way they're investing. Maybe you see they're selling a specific company, maybe you want, and you have it in your portfolio, you might want to sell it too. We're going to go over how a specific CEO or any executive of a specific company that you might own or you want to buy in the future or now, if they're dumping their stocks. I want to show you guys how to check that stuff, because it's important to see if, let's say, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is selling off all his stocks, and now you see that it's cheap and you want to buy. So, but he knows something you don't know because he's running the company. So it's something very important to know. And if you're curious, it's also something that is available for you guys. Welcome to Simple Chew. I'm your host Hank, and today I'm going to go over the two specific filing that each company has to submit to the SEC. I also want to go through the whole disclaimer on these filings. Most of them are not really accurate. The FCC is not really strict with these filings, so any findings you find in there can be, it has to be taken on a grain of salt. It's not something that is really concrete to say. It's something that you just use to expand your research. It's another tool you can use to make a decision, because at the end of the day, choosing a stock or a specific company you want to buy, it's all art. There's a little bit of science where you can check if a company is doing well, but these filings are not really concrete.
All right, so we see that we are in the Edgar database. I already have a company that I want to research. It's one of my favorite. I own stocks from them, so that's why I always check their form. And the form is you're gonna go in it. Berkshire Hathaway by Warren Buffett. I've been owning their stock for a while now, so I'm always curious where they're investing. So the file or the form or the filling form is called, let's see right here, 3F/HR. I think in every company or investment bank it's gonna be different, but the 3F is always gonna be consistent. I think that -HR is gonna be different for each individual investment institution. And then you can click the primary to see like total. We can go in it so you can see, okay, these are the subsidiaries of this company, and you want to know, okay, which we want to know what each subsidiary, we can either check what each subsidiary owns, or we can check what the parent company owns, and that's what we are more interested in. For that, we go to the sec 2 of the format, and boom, this is what the parent owns, the parent company of Warren Buffett company. And this is not what Warren Buffett owns specifically individually. This is what the company owns. So we can see that they own Amazon, and then we can see the QSIP. The QSIP is really important if you're working with a stockbroker and you want to quickly buy something to sell. You give them the QSIP. Is a really specific ID or fingerprint for each issue of the stock. You can buy it for anything. It could be for a bond. It could be for anything. I can go over if you want to know more about QSIPs. There's always dummy QSIPs too. It says how much is the value of that stock and how much shares they own, and then the voting. So how much of the shares are voting shares, and then you can see this, Warren Buffett and his companies is always, they don't move a lot on their, they don't buy, they just hold. he's a big holder of stocks, so he doesn't move a lot. So he doesn't sell or buy, he just holds them. And when you buy or sell, you can see a difference here, and you see like a negative, you can see a positive. And if you keep track, you see that, oh, okay, you can see other 13F forms. I think they send these quarterly, so every quarter you can see if they're moving or going up or going down. But Warren Buffett usually keeps it really stable and doesn't move a lot. He's a really long-term investor, and something that I practice myself. And he's not, when he's talking his stuff, he's saying the truth. You can see it on his reports that he really just buys and holds and sells when he feels like the company is not doesn't give any value to his company. So you can see the proof here, and you can mimic this. You can buy these companies that he has invested on. But to tell you the truth, they're almost like the same as a S&P type of mutual fund. So I mean, you can buy individually, Amazon, American Express, or you can buy the S&P 500 ETF and be the same, and you probably save more money doing that. So that's one of the ways you can check an individual investment institution, that if they're to find out what are they buying, what are they selling, what are they holding. And you can see if they're going up and down by checking each individual quarter when they submit the 13F. It's not really hard to find, and you can just go through here and see what. All right, and for the last report we're gonna look for is if an individual CEO is either selling or buying or holding his stock from his own company. And for doing that, we're gonna go and we go back to the Edgar database, and this time we're gonna check Amazon, because we saw that Warren Buffett owns them, so he must know something that we don't. And for that, we go to Amazon.com, and then we're gonna go over here where it says Get Insider Transactions from the user. We click there, and these are the people who are the executive of the company. You can see that Jeff Bezos is the CFO. It tells you more information, the type of owner he is, and then who's next in the list of higher ups. And then if you scroll down, it gives you names, dates, and acquisition or disposition. Acquisition means that they bought the stock of their own company, so Amazon. Or disposition means they sold their stock. So we can see that Jeff Bezos over here on March 2nd, he sold some shares. So he sold 524 shares, and yeah, so that's how you check. Not that hard. This information you can use it for everything, anything. If you think that Bezos is dumping all his stocks, you're probably gonna see it here. And then you can see other executive, and you can see what are they doing too. They're selling, they're buying, what type of transaction is it? A gift? They're selling, buying, is this options? It's really detailed. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully after this quick tutorial, I wanted to keep it really short. You guys understand and you guys are aware how to find these forms and filings that each company has to submit. Specifically, if you're into investment institutions, you can find out where they're investing their money. Or if you're researching a specific company, you want to know if their CEO or upper management is selling their stocks and they're dumping on everything. So that's a warning for you guys not to sell. But as I started in this video, this whole disclaimer, these filings not really accurate, and the SEC is not really looking at this stuff really thorough. So you take it with a grain of salt and you make your own decisions, like how is picking stocks and finding winners. But I just wanted to give you guys that a little more information how to do your own research, and hopefully you guys hit winners. And until next time, guys, thank you for everything, and keep it simple.